Hey guys, Ronnie Chavez here for a tutorial on the Italian job and the rail flare. At least that's what I like to call them. The Italian job being a lazy vault kind of butt spin move, like so. And the rail flare, a similar move, but without your butt actually touching the rail. So let's get started. All right, so we're gonna start out with the Italian job, or the lazy vault spin, butt spin, because it's just a simpler move to learn. But before that, I want you to check out my lazy vault tutorial if you haven't learned that trick, because that's the first setup to it. But otherwise, if you already know that trick, then keep watching this video and let's do it. So you're gonna have the same exact setup as a lazy vault. You're gonna come up to a handrail. Generally, handrails work well for this trick because they're slick enough for your pants to roll over it nice and smooth. Sometimes brick walls or whatever else can get caught up on your pants and rip holes in them, and that could be pretty embarrassing if you end up with a hole in your pants after doing this trick. We don't want that to happen. So find your handrail, choose which side you want to learn it on, but I recommend learning it on both sides. I'm going to start with my left hand here with the rail on my left side, and going into it just like a lazy vault, I'm going to kick my close leg to the rail, which is my left leg. Okay, so there's the lazy vault. We're going to do the exact same setup, but instead of going over the bar, we're actually going to be going centered onto the bar, so that as I come up with the lazy vault, I can land in a sitting position like this, and my momentum is going to carry me this way to kick my legs back over on this side. So I'm going to kick my leg, and I want you to start this out slowly, just like I did there. You're going to kick your leg over, kick this leg over into a sitting position. Make sure you're not leaning back here, because if you're leaning back too much, then you can flip back and your feet are on this side, so you might not be able to catch yourself. So you get in this sitting position and just practice getting into that spot there. Okay? After you've gotten comfortable with that, you want to make sure you plant your other hand down when you get into the sitting position for control. So after you get into the sitting position and you start feeling comfortable with it, the next step is also a simple step. You're going to start in the sitting position and you're going to kick your left leg over, following your right leg. Just practice that motion there. And just practice making it smooth and clean, and maybe even try and pop off of it a little bit by kind of doing a bounce with your legs. And you can push with your hands to give you a little bit of extra push too. So once you have those two moves down, it's just connecting them together. So we go into the sitting position and then kick our legs around and finish it off. So doing the other way on your right hand would be the same thing. You're kicking your right leg, sitting, kicking your right leg back over. So now we got the Italian job. Once you feel solid and comfortable with that move, that you can just do it over and over again and start connecting it with flow runs and whatever else, it's time to move on to the rail flare. Now I just call it that because it's similar to the breakdance move called a flare, only you're doing half of a flare on a rail. So the rail flare, basically it's the same idea as the Italian job. The only difference is my legs are going to be up higher and my legs aren't going to touch the bar at all. Now the trick to doing this move is that as you're going into the move itself, you want to be leaning back slightly. This move gets a little bit scary because if you don't get your feet all the way around, or you clip, you're going to fall straight back. So I'd recommend you have a pad or something underneath you when first learning this trick. But basically the setup is the same as the Italian job, only as you kick your leg over, instead of relaxing and going into a sitting position, you're going to keep kicking that leg out and around, all the way around until your legs are completely around. And then as you kick that leg, you're going to swing this leg around to follow and plant your hands. And in this position, you're holding your legs up in the air and keeping your butt off the ground, and you're using your momentum to keep your legs swinging around. Another thing that can help you learn the rail flare is actually on a box or a flat surface. So in that case, I would just call it an obstacle flare, because it's not a rail. I don't know, call it whatever you want. It's going to be a little bit safer because you won't risk clipping your feet as much as you would on a handrail. So basically you're going to start out with the same thing, but go into a sitting position on top of the platform. So you just end up right there and then kick back around, okay? Now we're going to try and connect it together like so. You can even use your feet to kind of help push you off. And now from here, it's just a matter of whipping yourself all the way around and lifting your body off the obstacle. And remember, you also want to be leaning back just slightly so that you come back down on the same side. If you're too far forward, then your feet will clip and you won't make your legs all the way around. On something a bit taller like this, I actually will sometimes approach it with two hands, almost like a Kong ball, so that I'm jumping up and then I'm swinging my legs around to one side, spinning them around, and just using my torso to whip my legs around as fast as I can, keeping them stretched out in front of me to get this trick around. You want to make sure you get it around fast, because if you go slow with this trick, then you're probably going to clip your feet or get caught up in your arms, like just what happened to me.
You okay?
Yeah. So make sure you practice this trick safely and just have fun with it. But otherwise, be sure to subscribe for more tutorials. Thanks for watching.